Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new video. So as you guys saw in the beginning, I gave the car a good wash. It's been a while. It's been a couple weeks. We had some bad weather, so I didn't really get a chance to give it a good cleaning until this weekend. So really happy to have a clean car again. Every single time, I always mention this, but every single time I clean this thing up, it just renews my love for it. It looks so good. I always mention as well, ceramic coating, it's just amazing stuff. So if you don't have your car ceramic coated, I highly suggest it. It looks this good every single time you clean it. It's so easy to clean too, because everything just runs right off and you really don't have to do too much work to get it looking this good every single time. So the point of this video is I'm just gonna have a little garage chat. Not too long, at least I'm gonna try not to. But I have some updates that I wanted to share with you. So I figured I would kind of do a little garage update chat. So you guys are in the know and what's going on like I normally do. I don't like to give you guys any surprises or anything like that. I like to keep you in the loop of what's going on. And yeah, so I got a few things for the car currently on the workbench that I'll show you real quick. I did pick up some new AWE black chrome tips for my exhaust. And the main reason is, if you're following me, that the fitment on the actual exhaust is super tight against the bumper. So this part right here, the finish rubbed off. So I reached out to AWE and they actually warranted them, which was really, really nice of them, because obviously, having it against the bumper like that is not necessarily a warranty claim. Because it's not a defect in the finish or anything like that. It's simply just, obviously it's rubbing on something, so that's going to happen. But they were kind enough to send some new tips over for me, so I'm really excited to get these on. And I also noticed, I wasn't really expecting this, there's two updates to these. First and foremost here is actually logo on the actual tips. It's a totally different logo. So I don't know if you can really tell, but you can see in my other videos, you can see the finish rubbing off there. But it has AWE tuning across, going, across pretty much the whole top of the tip. Again, really hard to see, but I think you guys have seen it in my other videos. So I was pretty surprised to see the updated logo on the tips. I didn't know they actually changed it over. And another thing, again, that I didn't notice they did was upgraded clamps. They're actually integrated into the actual tip, whereas the ones I have on there now, you have to use the actual clamps, like the metal exhaust clamps that you put around there and tighten down. And you guys know that I had issues with that, where I was loosening them and taking them off to put onto the new track muffler, and two of them broke. So I had to get new clamps. So I guess that was a pretty common issue. So they ended up revising them and putting clamps actually welded straight onto the tips, which is a much, much better design. And it comes with hardware as well right here. Don't have to worry about clamps breaking or anything like that. So that is really cool. The one reason why I'm not installing them right away is because I'm actually waiting on new exhaust hangers. I got the longer exhaust hangers so I can actually perfect the fitment and bring it down a little bit. Because the main issue with my current one is that it's just sitting against the bumper too much. I am running the Grimspeed downpipe, so that can affect fitment and everything. One thing they actually did suggest was to loosen the entire exhaust system, position everything, and then tighten it down, kind of start from the back here and work your way forward, which is what I did when I installed it. The fitment is so good that it's so tight with the OEM exhaust bushings that it's up against the bumper of the exhaust cutouts. And then it rubs there. So the bushings that I got have multiple holes, so I'll be able to use the holes with the exhaust hangers to kind of position where I want the exhaust tips to sit. So those should be in a couple days, and then once I get them in, I'll put those on. I also actually mentioned this in another video. Another thing that I have are black hub rings. Now, I have been running the Project Kicks gold ones on my wheels for pretty much the whole year since I got these wheels. I love these, so I've been rocking the gold for a while now, and I just wanted to try out the black ones. Granted, these are aluminum and the new ones I have are plastic, so obviously different material. Not a big deal, but I just wanted to see what the car would look like with black hub rings since I'm not running hubcaps on these. Just to see if it'll clean it up a little bit, see if I like it a little bit more. No, I'm not selling those. I really still do like those. I'll probably end up going back to them. But those hub rings were really cheap. They're like $8. They're made of plastic. So I figured I'll just pick them up, try them out, see if I like it. If not, I'll go back to these. Another thing that I wanted to mention as well, it's not necessarily a car modification, but I guess a garage mod, so it kind of works. But I actually plan on getting heat in this garage this winter. It's not going to be anything crazy. I'm not getting the gas lines run or anything like that. It's going to be electric. So it's just kind of to take the edge off. Because for what it is, it kind of, it doesn't get too cold in here. When it's really, really cold out, it probably stays around high 40s, mid 50s or so, which is not too bad. But I just want to get something in here to kind of take the edge off, bring it up to, 60 or so, which will be much more comfortable to work in and kind of, make some videos out here and everything. So my buddy is actually we're actually working it out. He's coming over to install a 240 amp so I can run the heater. It's going to be electric. I'm going to put it up in that top corner. We're going to run it over to the box here. So it should be nice. It should really work in here. I think it's like a 15,000 BTU. So it's nothing crazy, but it's definitely going to help keep the garage a little bit warmer, a little bit more manageable to work in here during the winter because it gets pretty cold. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a nice addition to the garage. Granted, I don't have the garage door insulated or this half of the garage sheetrocked and insulated. Just this half because that's the side that's touching the house. I do eventually plan on doing this and finishing the sheetrock on this side and doing insulation and maybe insulating the doors at some point in the future as well. But for now, I think the little heater up there is going to do wonders and really going to make this space a much more enjoyable place to work during the winter. So the main reason or the main part of this video is that I wanted to talk about is I decided on a daily driver and I'm picking it up probably next weekend. I can actually pick it up at any point in time, but just with work and everything going on in the week, the weekend seems to be the most free time that I have. So I'll probably go and pick it up next weekend. I'll be doing a whole video on that. I'm not going to announce exactly what it is yet. Some of you may have an idea. Some of you may actually be surprised because it's not what you think. But I have been talking about it, so who knows? Either way, I'm really, really excited about finally getting a daily driver. So I will admit that it is a truck. There's no question there. I think you guys are pretty, that's pretty clear of what I was looking for. I got a pickup. Some of you may be surprised. Some of you may not be. I have been talking about this specific truck for a while now, but it's not what you think actually. But I'm really, really excited. The truck that I got is actually, it's like an STI. The aftermarket is huge for it. So the things that I can do to it are pretty awesome. And I'm really, really looking forward to getting my hands on a different platform to play with. And it's going to be really fun because I get to keep this car looking this good under the car cover all winter. I could take it out on dry days and everything. It's kind of my dream. I loved doing it last year when we had the remaining months on our lease on the Outback when we got the Telluride. So I was able to drive the Outback all winter and I really loved having the 2-car thing. It was really nice to be able to keep the car clean, keep it safe in here during the winter months, and just kind of have like a beater, a daily driver, and not have to worry about it as much. Now, this new truck, obviously, I'm going to care for it like crazy. I'm going to modify it. It's going to produce some content for the channel as well. I'm not going to be focusing in as much as I do with the STI because you guys are obviously want to see the STI more than the new truck. But it should be interesting. I think you guys are going to like the truck content. I already got a bunch of mods coming. So I'm kind of jumping right on board with this thing and going right at it because, a stock truck is cool, but a modified truck is way cooler. And, I want to get it set up the way that I want it before winter and kind of just get it ready. So I can kind of just fine tweak it throughout the months, throughout the winter and kind of get it to where I want it. But the main stuff like wheels, tires, I'm getting a front level kit, a bunch of lighting stuff. I'm getting rid of all the chrome and everything. It's going to be really, really fun. It's not going to be as intense as this build, but it's going to be a cool one. And I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. And I know there's a lot of truck guys out there that also have STIs as well. So I think it'll be a lot of fun and it'll interest some of you guys. But either way, I'm doing it for myself. It is not for YouTube. It is not for content or anything like that. You guys know that I have been looking for a truck for myself for a long time. I'm really, really excited about it. It's kind of a dream come true, as I mentioned, just to be able to have a daily driver. It's going to be a pretty sweet truck and have my beautifully modded STI in the garage and be able to take it out when I want it. So I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to spill the beans too much. I know I've already said a decent amount. I think you guys can get an idea of what's coming. But either way, I'm really excited. With social media and everything, getting new cars seems to be a pretty normal thing. Getting multiple cars over and over, within a couple months. And for people like me, and I'm sure a lot of people that watch this channel can really understand that it's not really the norm to get new cars every single day or every single month. It's a pretty rare occasion, so it's exciting for me, and I hope it's exciting for you guys as well because, like I said, it's a dream come true, and I'm really looking forward to it. So if you guys have any questions at all, be sure to ask them below. But in the meantime, keep it clean, keep it simple, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.